Hello everybody, welcome back to the Wolfsburg Jetta channel. I am Wolfsburg Jetta, and in front of me is the Scirocco, and so we have done a lot off camera, to an extent. I will show you guys what I'm talking about in here in just 1 second, but the last time I left you guys off, we had done the headlight removal and all that stuff. Done a lot more. So let me go over what exactly has been done and show you everything, explain how everything came apart so that you guys have some information as well. First off, I have created this mat using a bunch of empty cardboard boxes and tape and, well, it's a mat. So we have obviously taken off the whole front end. As you can tell, the front grille has been taken off and it is sitting right over there. The rain guard has been taken off, as well as the rubber molding that goes there, that is over there. Obviously, the hood's been taken off. That is sitting right up here. And the other thing we did is we took off the hood stand, as well as part of the windshield wiper fluid reservoir. We also took that off. That's sitting over there. It's actually staying in there. I'll show you that in a second. Let's go over here first. So we have the grill itself. The grill actually is really easy to come off. 2 tabs on the bottom. 1 tab is broken. And then there's this little part, little screw. And the tabs actually just go right here and right here. Just kind of tabs in. Easy as ever to take out. And then there's this little part here. I am actually missing one of the other ones, so I will have to locate those. And they kind of clip to the body or to the front frame perfectly. Oh, that tape is just ripping off. So with that in mind, next thing was the rain guard and the rubber sealing. So the rain guard is right here. There's actually a part number on it, and it is cracked and broken. So you can kind of see. So I will be getting a new one of these. And then here's the rubber molding, which is also very, very worn. You can definitely see it's cracking a ton. Getting one of these is going to be tough. If I have to use it, I will, but I don't want to. Now we're going to move on to the hood. The hood itself was actually fairly easy to take off, and I'm actually going to show you the bolts that we used to take it off and the size of them. It messed me up. First thing is we do have one bolt that broke. I will have to take this out. I also circled it with some Sharpie. And so there's 4 bolts that hold this hood in. They are 10 millimeter bolts, and all they did, there's one here, unbolted them, that's gonna drop, unbolted, and then the hood just came right off. There wasn't any like slide. I also had this that came off that was bolted to it, and I'm not sure what it is. It looks like some type of grounding, but again, not sure what to. There's a lot under the hood here that we're gonna have to go through, that I'll go through and I'll show you guys in later videos. But I wanna come over to this section here, show you guys. This is the windshield wiper pump. This is the actual part that feeds the windshield wiper fluid to the parts in the hood. And I'll show you guys that in just 1 second. Here's your sensor right here. I haven't gotten able to take it off. There's part of the tubing. We will be redoing all of the tubing. And that is the actual, this pump sits right aside there. It kind of pushes in this part right here. Goes into there, and that's what sucks in the windshield wiper fluid, and the pump obviously distributes it. And this whole tank hangs on this bracket that is welded to the body. And actually going over to the tank, it does need a super intense cleaning. That's actually the part number. And we're going to clean this. We're going to reuse it, actually. We're going to clean it. I'm going to soak it in soapy water. I'm going to scrub it down with a scrub brush. And it's just kind of cool that I'll be able to reuse that and not have to get a new one. It's not cracked. It's not broken, thankfully. So that's all good. Now, this is kind of a small video. It's just an explanation video. It's not really anything there's not really going to have anything happening. You can kind of see some more rust spots. You can see where it's very dirty along in there. That needs to be redone. This needs to be redone. Next thing we are going to be doing is we're actually going to get this thing on jack stands, taking apart a lot of the wheel and braking hubs and all that. It is going to be a while until we do that. I'm going to make some videos in the meantime with it. There's a lot that needs to be done, but we actually have made a decent amount of progress, and we have learned a bunch of stuff regarding it and going from there. So with the Scirocco, as is, it does look funny. It does look even more goofy than it did beforehand. One of the things I am going to have to do is I'm going to have to replace the front grille. My finger and brain don't work together, apparently. I'm going to try and find a different front grille, or a new front grille, because that one of the clips is broken. Not the biggest issue in the world, but I do want to find it. Also, to find one of those tiny little clips that clips to the body. With the tubing, I will show you guys. Example, this is the tubing itself for the windshield wiper. The parts actually shoot it out. And I did take a little close up here. That is where the tubing connects into, and then it goes down. Now I have the tubing down here, right there. There we go. Right here. It is this mangled piece of just really dried out rubber. So eventually we are going to be replacing, and I say we because I'm not the only one working on this car. We will be full on redoing the hosing for that. We're going to get a long piece of rubber. We're going to measure out how much we need, cut it, and then go from there. It's going to be a little bit of a process, but it actually is going to be one of the easier things we do on this car. One of the things on this car that I didn't really explain is if we're looking at the engine itself, okay, and I do have it this way so you guys can also see my face. This, as well as up here, this is part of an AC unit. This car, factory specs on this car, air conditioning was an extra option that you could select. So with that being said, you pretty much had this whole instance of you could select options for this car, and air conditioning is one of them. Now, air conditioning in this car is kind of simple yet complicated. It does have an AC pump, or it does have a condenser. A lot of the AC units are just kind of spread out. They're very thrown loosely in here. It looks kind of like someone just kind of hot-potched this or just kind of jerry-rigged this together. We're going to be going through a lot of the tubing. There's a lot of rubber tubing, a lot of rubber hosing in this car that we really just need to go through and figure out what it does and if there's a reason behind it. Because this to me looks like way too much rubber, way too much hoses and stuff like that. So with that being said, we have to figure out why. So, with that being said, thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you like and subscribe. And please stick around to see what happens next with the Scirocco.